Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Guys, the chicken is here. We are bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, it is your Season 33 Tech Tree Guide. Now, I didn't get off to the hottest start, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that you guys don't make the same mistakes as the chicken and you get off to a screaming start on your Season 33 of Warships. Guys, if these videos do help you out or you enjoy watching them, I do appreciate it if you simply throw that code CHICKEN into the shop. Let's do a little CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN. Back. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be posting warships each and every single day throughout the season as the meta progresses, as different things happen, new bases, and all that stuff. Now, I went to 4 ERs a little bit early, and I would recommend that you do not do this unless you can get artillery. I assumed I was going to rank up once or twice, so I kind of calculated that into my start of the season, but unfortunately, we weren't able to go anywhere but backwards. So I don't have the artillery. If you do not have the artillery, going to 4 ERs is pretty tough. So let's slow it down. Let's start at the back here. So what you want to do right off the start, the most important thing is get your barrage and get that up to rank 4. You do not need it maxed out. Maxed out, you're going to be using the same exact amount of artilleries, the same amount of barrage as you would if they were rank 4. Next, the most important defense, it seems to be at the start of the season, is going to be machine guns. So I would get those maxed out. If you don't have a lot of tech and you need to invest in some stuff early, machine guns and mines are going to be your friend because everybody's using Riflemen, and there's no other options right now. It's Riflemen and Bullet. So if you can kill off all the Riflemen, that's really going to start to slow down and stifle their times. Now, next is we come to this kind of impasse here. So we have this huge path that leads down to shock launchers. Now, shock launchers are very good, don't get me wrong, but I would not unlock all this stuff on the tree right now because there's better stuff as we go into 3 ERs and move forward here. So this is something we're definitely going to want to come back for at some point. But yeah, it's just not where we want to spend all of our keys right now when we can push ahead and get stuff that's better. So getting to 3 engines, you need to have 600 tech level. So to do that, I basically just did this. Now it's very important to max out the gunboat as well. We should say that before we move forward too. Since we're going to be using at least 2 barrage, or if you're in 2 ER, you could potentially BART out 2 engine rooms, but that's going to require a little bit more GB. So we want to have that maxed out for sure. And yeah, and then we can move forward. So after 3 ERs, we can get our boom mines. Now, boom mines were very good. Obviously, 1, because mines are good right now. And 2, because they're going to increase your tech level for pretty low token cost. So that's a nice little benefit there. So moving forward, I got troop damage. I did decide to go ahead and max this one out. It just gives Bullet that extra buff. It makes your Rifleman a little bit stronger, and it's going to just speed up your attack times overall. And the attack meta right now is basically just split Rifleman and Bullet. So it's a base race. So the more troop damage we have, the faster our attack's going to go. Now, I skipped everything down here. I know Warriors are very good right now, but I would advise against unlocking them because they're only going to be good maybe for a little bit in 4 ER and probably not very much in 5 ER because that's when we get our first building health. That's typically when Warriors start to die off. Everything else here is something that's going to be worth waiting for. Like this GBE unlock right here, that's actually going to be pretty huge. A brick would be nice in this meta, but we're going to skip her, like I said, for right now. And I also would not get this prototype node just yet either. It's only level 1 prototype, so it's not huge. Yeah, so then we move up and we go into 4, and here's where we want to get to, guys, is this bad boy right there. And we're very close to getting it. Not in our sights just yet at the moment, but yeah, so we do have bombardiers. Now, bombers aren't really that strong because I'm not upgrading them yet, and yeah, they're kind of slow at 4 engines just because they take so long to get off the ramp and target onto something. We might be able to mix them in at some point, but right now the most important thing is gunboat energy, bullets, energy drinks, and throwing out a bunch of barrages. So bombers haven't really played a huge part for me just yet. But yeah, so that's the plan. You see, after we get artillery, heavies are just around the corner. So that might be the next stop. We'll see. But yeah, it's all about just getting that magical artillery. That's going to be our ticket into an early gold rank. So we'll see if that's going to be possible. But yeah, so let's show you guys a couple attacks that we're doing with the Riflemen. Now, at 4 ER, and I believe at 3 ER as well for the most part, what we want to do is just kind of split drop them, make sure they go in different directions, and they're not all flying after the same thing. So, for example, over here, what we can do is we can go like this. We can flare them kind of right up over on that side. While they're doing that, we can go 1, 2, 3 over here. And then we just got to hope that some of them go over to the right. Let's see how that works. I think most of them will turn and hit that machine gun, but then some of them in the back should go backwards. There we go. Alright, that's probably all we... Well, that's not too many, but should be enough to get us started here. And then we want to just keep a hold on our energy drinks with bullet. And this one I'm actually going to throw in a barrage too. And that's what we want to do. So obviously it's not perfect, it's not bulletproof, but that's the idea. 323, so we're right about there. Let's see what Mr. Beast Mode did over here. So you see basically the same idea. I don't know if I like this base. I might need to change that. But yeah, you see that's the idea right there. You just want to split them so they go on different sides. And then they attack all the engine rooms at once. So it's just all about control and just getting them into the right spot. Let's see if we can pull it together here and string together a couple of wins, guys. But yeah, you know, it's not always going to be a magical start with warships. It's not always easy. So just got to do what we can and try to progress. This one is a little bit different. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, let's go bullet over here on his own. Then let's go something like this. I don't know how that's going to go, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. Take this one down at the top. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. And then we can go over here. And then we'll make our way up. So kind of a roundabout way of doing things, but typically you don't want to get to this point like I'm doing right now and I'm just flaring everything. You want them to be just kind of automatically going to these spots without having to flare them there. So that's the idea. 316. And in terms of times, I'd be looking to get 320 plus at 4 ER and maybe 330-ish at 3 ER. So let's see what we got. All right, this guy took a little bit slower, so that's good. But yeah, you know, we'll get off to the races here once we can add some artillery to our arsenal, and then we'll be looking a little bit better. For right now, we're a little bit down in the dumps, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And yeah, so let me know how you guys are making out down below in the comments. If you took a different path or if you're on the same one and it's working or it's not working, let me know that. Either way. Okay, this is a weird one. This is the same base again pretty well, eh? Alright, well let's try the same thing. Kind of worked that time. If I can get bullet to go down. I didn't mean to throw a rifle in there. Alright, let's go 1, 2, 3. Maybe with the rifleman there we won't need to use an energy drink. I guess what we could do instead of flaring onto the engine is just kind of flare to this area. Let's see if that helps us split them better. Because we only need a handful of them to go on that engine room down there. Looks like hardly any of them want to go, but that's okay. Bullet is stuck on that wall. He loves that wall. There we go. So something like that is the idea. But like I said, it's really tough right now with the tech that I have without the artillery. So yeah. But But either way, hopefully that gets you guys off to a decent start. A few different options there depending on how much tech you have. The less starting tech you have, say if you started in like rank 12 or lower, I would worry less about rushing ahead and more about getting some of the heavier defenses and then just making kind of a more conservative route. So hopefully that helps you guys out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. And yeah, make sure to leave a like in the video if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Chicken out. Crack.